Hello, everyone. It's William here, and Andrew's in the background
Hello.
from Allegory Gallery. And how are you today? It's been a day. How about it? Um, so we figured today might be a good day, kind of to hang out and chat a little bit, if you'd like to chat. We also, just in case no one's up for chatting so much, we pulled a few things from the online store that you may have missed, and we're going to show you that too. So hopefully everybody's doing okay today. Suzanne says, it's been a day, right? So lots going on in the world today. But yesterday we had our make-along, and we had a number of people during or taking part in the Zoom make-along. Originally scheduled for the Mermaid Serenade kit, but we opened it up to everybody. So anybody who wanted to could take part in that. And we had a lot of fun making stuff yesterday. I think we have another one scheduled coming up in about 2 weeks. So if you would like to take part in that, we are going to be posting the link. We don't like to post the links too early for those, and that's because our group, the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge group, is open. It's an open group. It's a public group. So we don't like to make the links public too early in advance, because then spammers and all that have a better chance of possibly getting in on that. So we will post the link to that probably the day of, like we have with the last few. And just be sure to look out for that and mark it on your calendars. I think it's in 2 weeks. I forget what day that is. July 7th, Andrew said. July 7th, I think, is the day that we've picked it out. So put that on your calendars if you'd like to make along with us. You can, you don't have to show your face on the Zoom. You can join the Zoom and just have your blank screen and just have the mic open when you want to ask questions or talk. But it is a lot of fun when we get to see each other and make along with each other. Because I think that's, we don't get to see each other much. A lot of times on Facebook, our profile pictures aren't even us, or there are people that I've never actually seen their picture even that join these, and it's a lot of fun. So I like it when everybody can see each other, but you don't have to in the Zoom meeting. Yeah, so I think it's a good way to get to know each other a little bit better and to hang out with each other and just talk to each other. Generally, the Zoom meetings for the make-alongs start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 4 o'clock Pacific. So I know sometimes it's early or late. It's kind of an odd time, but it is a time that not a lot of other of our friends are going live, and we're able to, scooch in between without taking up anybody else's time. We have a visitor with us today, again, at Star Cottage Studio. Maybe Andrew will show our visitor on camera.
Here, William, grab him.
Andrew says, not me, not me. This is Barnaby. Barnaby came to visit us at Star Cottage Studio to say hi to everybody, Barn. Say hello, everybody.
Emotional support cat.
This is my buddy. We have an emotional support cat today. There's a lot of things going on in the world, and we figured having Barnaby over here would make it a little bit better, huh? This is my buddy. That's my buddy, Barn. Andrew's going to grab him again. So Barnaby is over here at the cottage with us. We got him a little litter pan in case he needed to go. Last time he was here with us for just about an hour or two. We've been doing meetings here for a large chunk of the day, since we had our first meeting early this morning, and then we had a meeting at 1, and then we had a meeting at 3 and at 4, and now we're with you here at 5. So
what in the world is happening to us?
I know, we're becoming meeting people.
Like, I was like, my Friday is gonna be, there's nothing, I can get some work done.
I left the corporate world, so I didn't have all these meetings, and now we have meetings. So
do you think we should tell them?
Tell them what?
Kind of about our first meeting?
No, we'll just wait on that until we're all settled up. We have some news. It's not really super exciting news.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
I think so.
He thinks so. We'll announce it later.
Plus, we need people to help fund this.
So Let's see here. Will Barnaby be showing us his favorite bead blends? I am certain they are browns and tans. Barnaby has been having a lot of fun looking all around at all the windows. He goes upstairs and he sits in the sunspots of the sun coming through the windows, but he doesn't like to be up there much by himself. So he was up there crying, and I went up, and then he just flopped down so that I would sit with him, but it's very hot upstairs. He likes the heat. He likes the heat.
Gonna get cooked.
Gonna get cooked, I know. Mary says, aren't you proud of yourselves? All this action in Star Cottage, just like you dreamed. It's happening. You know, we still have a lot to do. We are not people that could ever wait until the project is completely finished to use it, because we don't have those kind of funds to make things happen. So we're using Star Cottage Studio as much as we can while we're still working on it. So, but yes, I have to say we are proud of ourselves for that.
The inside is mostly done.
The inside is mostly done. We just need a bathroom. The outside,
the upstairs is not.
The upstairs is not. We need to do some reinforcing of the second story and some of that work, but
in the bathroom.
In the bathroom. But for the most part, yes, we can work in it. And maybe I'll be bringing my pottery stuff over. I've been watching a lot of pottery videos on Instagram lately and following a lot of pottery things, pottery accounts. I had about, I think, 4,000 people I was following on Instagram, and I cut it down to about 1,800 during our trip to Providence. So I started now, and now I'm starting to fill it up with things I actually want to see, instead of, just like, oh, this is kind of nice, I'll follow them. Oh, this is kind of nice, I'll follow them. So I'm trying to follow it with people that are inspiring. It was kind of actually, it took a long time to get rid of like 2,000 accounts that I followed, but it was actually very freeing. So I think I might go through Facebook and might go through some other places and do kind of the same thing, and still work on Instagram as well. Because I think it needs to, I think your life needs to be what you want it to be, right? And not just blindly following things because, at one point in time it worked for you, but it doesn't always work all the time, right?
That cat can throw its voice.
Yes, he can. He's throwing his voice. He doesn't like to be alone yet here anyway. So he likes to go upstairs. He wants somebody to go upstairs with him. So he sits in the stairway a lot and throws his voice all over.
And I'm over here thinking it's in the one room, and he's upstairs.
He's upstairs, I think. He likes to go upstairs. So Sandra says, next thing you know, you two will be in suits and ties. I highly doubt that. Maybe. I like a blazer. I like a sports jacket and jeans and a tie. That's more my style. But going back to suits and a tie, no thank you. I did that for Bloomingdale's. That was enough. That was enough. Did that all through high school practically, because that's what I liked back then. We've talked about that too on these lives. Hello, Jacqueline. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being in the Zoom a little bit yesterday too as well. Hello out there, Facebook user. Marianne says, can I join him in sunspots? It's cold here today. Today it is 82 here as a high, and it's not bad. It's a little windy, which helps.
Not too bad upstairs.
Yeah. William, did you see the pic of the kitten in our rescue group named William? I tagged you on it. No, I didn't, but I've not been on Facebook a ton today. So I'll have to see.
No, we've been doing meetings all day.
Yeah, we've been on meetings much of the day, and then coordinating with Jen, who is teaching in the store today. She seemed to have a good crew down there, so thank you if you're local and you hung out with Jen today. I didn't get down there at all today, so she kind of handled things. So that's really nice of her. Susan says, I was out walking the alley below your house, and the other evening Gilbert was looking regal on the catio. Yeah, Gilbert likes to go out there when the sun's setting and he gets the shine. His little ginger self turns into a little glowy form.
His final form.
His final form.
He's like, flames on.
Flames on, flames off. 57 there, says Marianne. Just clearing now. Send some cold down. 107 in New Orleans today.
Holy guacamole.
No. 104 here, says Molly. That's crazy. Teresa says, I did the same thing recently. Cleaned out my account, really helped me. Cleaned out my emails too. I go through my emails almost every single day. I don't get to all my spam every single day. That's usually a once a week or once every 2 week thing. But I can't stand to have the little numbers. You know, if you have an iPhone, you know how your email shows the little number of how many unread mails you have. So I do go through every single day and try to delete and make that number 0. That doesn't mean I clean out my inboxes. I used to be really good about sorting and cleaning, and now I just kind of, you know, I let it go.
You got busy.
I got busy. That's what happened. Molly says 104 here, but no humidity. No humidity helps. That definitely does help. Marion says, I would definitely send some cold if I could, right? So how are y'all doing today? How's it going for you? My allergies are crazy today a little bit. I can feel myself. I'm on 2 allergy pills and I still feel nasally and itchy eyes. You can see my one eye is red. It's very itchy today. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of meetings, a lot of running around. Shipped out some orders still. That's another thing. Our shipper helper is possibly, her daughter has COVID and her daughter lives with her. So that may mean that she may have it. So we're asking her to stay away for a little while until we see what happens and take a test. They have a test they're going to take, but they only have one. And I know just taking one, sometimes those tests give false positives or false negatives. So we're just asking her to hold off for a little bit. So shipping may slow down a little bit. I'm going to try and do as much as I can. But shipping,
and hopefully not ruin her system.
I know, I'm trying not to ruin her system that she has set up here. I'm going to show you things today and I'm already like, I'm going to have things out of order probably. But yeah, so things are just going to slow down a little bit maybe. So just please stick with us. If you've ordered anything recently, we're going to try to get things out to you as quickly as we can. If there's something you absolutely need, we had some people who were leaving on vacation, and if we know that and we know you need your package out at a certain time, we do our best to do that for you, or we can hold it until you're back. Those are 2 options that we try to give you. So just let us know, just send us an email or message us, and we will do what we can. All right. Teresa's allergies are terrible today. I take 3 different medications and allergy eye drops too. Yeah, it's insane lately. Everything's beautiful and lush and growing, which is nice to see. But when you have allergies and you're just like constantly feel tired because you're on so many antihistamines, it's just like, and then at night I usually take a 3rd or a 4th, depending on how many I had that day, of a different kind, which is Benadryl at night, because if I take Benadryl during the day, I'm even worse. So if we take, I take Benadryl at night to try to keep my hives from popping up before morning. So yeah, it's crazy right now. Crazy right now. Somebody out there got out of the hospital today after 10 long days. I'm so happy. Congratulations. I hope everything is going well. I hope everything is well now.
Is that Janice? I
don't know. It's Facebook user. So who are you? We have a few Facebook users now. I can tell there's not just one anymore. So sometimes StreamYard doesn't connect. So if you try the link in the description of this video, if you go out and go to the description and click the StreamYard link, hopefully it can get you re-linked up so we can see your name. Somebody out there really enjoyed the Zoom last night. I'm glad. Can't see who you are exactly, so I don't know if you took part in it or if you were just watching it. Either way, let us know if you just like watching the Zooms. We try to broadcast those too in the Design Challenge group, just to, you know, for anybody who can't actually be on the call. If you're doing things but want to just hang out a little bit, we try to do that. Yesterday, we both kind of forgot to look at the comments on Facebook for a little bit. So sorry about that if we missed you or missed commenting at the beginning, but we just got so involved in making things and talking on the Zoom that we kind of forgot to check comments on Facebook. How far is PA from the Ligonier, or how far is Ligonier from the PA Turnpike? I went to Michigan and Virginia and noticed the exit sign for Ligonier. It depends which exit, but I think the closest one, huh?
The
Donegal one is the closest. How far would that be?
It's either the Donegal one or the Greensburg one. So like 30 minutes.
Greensburg would be a little longer, right? That's about 40 minutes or so.
It's like between 20 and 30 minutes.
So
it's a pretty drive though.
Yeah, it's just a quick drive along 30, and you're here then.
For the Greensburg one.
For the Greensburg.
Yeah, Donegal's 7-Eleven.
Yeah. So there's two different ways to reach us from the interstate or the turnpike. So I don't know which one you were coming up on, but generally it's about 20 to 30 minutes or 35 minutes or so, and you would be in Ligonier. So come visit us next time you're buzzing on through. But let us know. If you're coming from a further away way, like this is a special trip for you, and you actually want to see Andrew or me or both of us, you have to let us know in advance because we're not always at the store. I usually pop in. I'm usually there a good bit, but there are some days I just pop in and pop out. So you definitely have to let us know if you want to make sure we're there. So make sure to tell us you're passing through.
I saw somebody was in Latrobe and they did not come and see us.
Uh-oh. Somebody in Latrobe and didn't come over? That's only like 12 minutes.
They
literally. It's 12 minutes and you didn't stop in. I don't know who you were. Andrew says they're not watching, so.
Childhood friends.
Right. Oh, a childhood friend of yours?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. Molly says, I am so tired on Instagram chatting to my oldest daughter who moved out in March. It was up till midnight. Then Pepper the Basset Pup was up at 5:30 when hubby goes to work. My youngest daughter and I were up so early you need a nap. Had to run errands and we got lunch out. That's nice that you got to have lunch out and spend some time out of the house. Susan said, I had my COVID booster yesterday evening. It's kicking my butt.
Hopefully you feel better.
Yeah, hopefully. The boosters do generally get me down for a little bit. Usually at least like a day. I usually get a 24-hour thing. Sometimes Andrew gets knocked out a little more. I think the last
3 or 4 days.
Andrew got knocked out for 3 or 4 days on one of them. So, comment scroll. Let's see what everybody's doing. Does eating local honey help with your allergies? It's supposed to, right? I feel bad buying more honey. We have so much honey from friends. Sometimes friends send it to us or send us little care packages, especially our friends who keep bees, and it's not necessarily local. So I feel really...
I don't know if it does or not.
I feel really bad even buying more honey, even though it might help my allergies, because we have so much of it. So it's hard. But some people say it really helps because you get the local pollen, which helps your body get used to that local pollen. But I think, there's also something to be said sometimes for if you inundate your body with something, it can react against it too. So I don't know. Sometimes they say honey works, but like
Loratadine works more for me.
Loratadine works better for Andrew. I've read like some people like who do, that's what I'm a little bit concerned about. Some people who turn vegetarian but still eat eggs, they can develop an egg allergy because they eat so many eggs, which has me a little bit worried because I eat a lot of eggs and I don't want an egg allergy. But so there is something to be said for the more you put something in your body, sometimes they can start to react against it. So I don't know. But I have not
tried just to do the local honey, but I did not do well with that.
You did not. I did it when I was young, and I don't know that I can say that it helped much. I do know that it's true for me that the allergies go in 7-year cycles for me. So every seven-ish years, my allergies will go away for a while, and then they come back, usually with a vengeance.
I like honey though, so.
Let's see here. Hello, found you, says Donna. I don't know why we were lost, but we're always live at 5 on our Facebook page. So if you're ever looking for us, whether you don't know if we're always in this group or that group, or we're always on our Facebook page and we're always on our YouTube channel.
Are we in the TGB today?
Not today. I just kept it out still today. We're just in our design challenge group today because we wanted to talk a little bit about y'all hanging out with us. Jermaine got her name showing up. I see you're back here, so thank you. You must have hit that link again. You said my name isn't showing up, but it is now. It is now. Let's see here. Mary says, now I know, so next time I may try to stop. Donegal sounds familiar, and I would definitely alert you all. Yeah, come on up. 7-Eleven, both rides are fairly pretty.
7-Eleven is tricky at night.
Yeah.
Because there's animals. There
can be a lot of animals on the road because it's just a 2-lane highway coming up from the south, and it can be a little bit tricky. 30 is a 2 to 4 lane highway, and it goes through some towns. So you'll get more scenic countryside coming up from Donegal, but you'll have probably an easier drive, maybe, especially at night coming through 30, coming through Greensburg.
Except at Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Because Sleepy Hollow is all where every time the people hit the deer.
Let's see. Oh, mine. Sorry, everything just skipped. Everything just skipped. Jermaine says, I had a friend once who ate carrots all the time and her skin got an orange tinge to it. Yes. And I used to eat a lot of carrots, and I'm starting to wonder if some of my hives is because of carrots, because carrots can run along with tomatoes and I think peaches and a few other things that I love. Bananas, I think, and apples.
And so basically what we eat.
So basically what I eat. And I eat a lot. I used to eat a lot of carrots. And so I'm wondering if some of my hives, even though, I was tested, but I can't remember, now I can't remember what was on the test. But I ate an apple the other night and it really broke out. So.
Do you remember that show Picket Fences?
No, but I started watching it, but I've never watched it before.
Well, there's one of the characters, he eats so many carrots that he turns orange.
Yeah, you can do that. It's true. I never ate that much, but I don't know if it would turn mine the same way. I don't have the melanin or whatever in my skin, so I don't know if it would turn the same way as anybody else.
It might be like a bronzer.
It might be like a bronzer, right? I should eat a lot of carrots. But apparently maybe I'm allergic to apples and carrots now, which would be devastating because that runs in the same family as peaches and tomatoes, which I love, and peppers and bananas. So all my favorite foods pretty much.
So basically we eat gruel.
Right? We'll be back to meat. Unless I got a tick bite, I'm allergic to meat now, which would be a whole other thing too.
Oh boy.
I know, right?
That's when the internet is not good for you.
Let's see, right?
WebMD has filled your mind.
Oh no. Let's see here. Fun day yesterday consisted of battery-operated fire alarm going off. The fire department actually showed up, so we spent much of the day arguing with our alarm service. Finally, after the second 45-minute service call, we are supposed to get a new one.
Who's that?
Susan. Our hardwire alarms never went off. Yeah, my aunt has a lot of hard issues with fire alarms and security things in her house because they will not bring cable or anything else out to her house, and her phone lines are underground, and sometimes she can't even make a phone call. So it's really hard for her too. Her alarms sometimes go off like that. And at least, at least the companies now know that this sometimes happens to her, but it's not quite.
Like the boy who cried wolf.
I know, it's like the boy who cried wolf, because then you're worried that they're not going to come if she actually needs something. So that stuff can be hard, I know. That stuff can be hard. Teresa says, how many hours do you have on YouTube? We're at about 24:43 or something like that out of... We're 26 now today. I can't remember what it was. We were just looking at it because we were talking about YouTube with some other friends. But we're over half of the 4,000 that we need. So we need you all to keep watching on YouTube to help us keep going. Help us keep going. Earth is a giant grave. Sorry, I'm new here. This channel is not about allergies, but we are a bead company. We sell beads, gemstones. We show people how to make things. But on certain days, like today, which has been a hard one in the world for a lot of people, we have what we call Let's Chat, and we just chat about whatever we're thinking. You know, we try to stay out of too many politics or too much religion. You know, those no-nos, but sometimes we do. We venture into that. But we definitely sometimes just take time to chat with all of our regulars and our people who like to watch with us and hang out with us. And so that's what we're doing today. So you caught us on a day where we're not really showing a lot. At the end of this video, I will probably show some things from our online store that you may have missed in another live or another presentation that we gave, just to kind of, you know, give people something to look at, some pretties to look at in what can be a hard day for some other people.
Who's watching? Who said that?
Somebody new on YouTube. Earth is a Giant Grave is their name. Let's see. Jermaine says, I have lots of childhood memories of Greensburg because two of my aunts and sisters of Charity and their mother house was at Seton Hill College. Yes, Seton Hill College is in Greensburg.
Who is that?
Jermaine.
I think I knew that.
Cantaloupe is in the ragweed family, so I can't eat it, says Teresa. I don't really like cantaloupe anyway, but yes, I think I had some the other night and I started breaking out. And I am definitely.
Salad.
We had
That's
fruit.
my tongue swole up.
Yeah, we had fruit salad with cantaloupe and what's the green melon? Forget what the green. Honeydew, and some pineapple and some grapes. And Andrew's tongue started swelling up, and I got hives. And I'm definitely allergic to ragweed. That is definitely the one thing on the little skin prick test that definitely showed up.
You know, I didn't notice it until I got a piece that had a little bit of skin on it. Not like a ton of skin, but you know, they didn't peel it all the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then after
that rind.
Yeah, after that my tongue started swelling.
But it does take a while for the allergies to kick in too. But I forgot that was in the ragweed family. But yeah, that's probably why I got hives that night. I was like, why did I do this? I didn't need it. Was. I don't really like cantaloupe, but sometimes it does. You know, you want something cold and like that, just that feel. Jermaine says, maybe you should go back to meat. I know, right?
He didn't like to kill the animals.
I don't like to kill the animals. I'm trying to. I don't like the way that we farm animals in this day and age. So for me, that's kind of what it is. But you know, if it was up to survival, I guess I would be having to. I don't know. We'll see.
Just take more drugs.
Just take more drugs. Jacqueline says, I have to eat non-acid tomatoes.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing either. I'll have to look into that maybe.
What do you do? Cook the flavor out?
I don't know. Amanda says, did you happen to post photos of what you made for the make-along? Yes, I did. I posted them in the group photo album for the Mermaid Serenade kit because that's what we were mostly all working with. Some other people, Marianne was working with the Tree of Life kit, but I did post them.
We have an album for that kit.
For what?
Tree of Life.
It wasn't a design challenge kit, I don't think.
I thought it was.
It had the description of one, but I don't think it was ever debuted as one.
I don't think we ever did it. We planned to do it, and then we just never did it.
Because we sold like one.
To Marianne.
To Marianne. No, we sold more now that I turned it into an inspiration kit, and I think the price went. I think we took something out of it, but lowered the price a little bit. But yes, we do have photos, and I posted photos on my personal Facebook page as well, so you can check those out. I know that Diane, who was in the group last night, posted photos of her creations that we made too. Most of us were making from the Mermaid Serenade, so check out the Mermaid Serenade album in the Design Challenge group, and you should see some things there.
One thing I would recommend if you do post to the Design Challenge group in the album is to say who you are in the description to the picture, because it doesn't always say who posted it. It
just shows the album with pictures or the pictures themselves.
And then so I was watching the Zoom and participating, so I know whose was who.
I don't even think I put my name, so I need to do that. Earth is a Giant Grave says, well, I don't know if it's an allergy or not, but one of the worst allergies I've read about is a meat allergy caused by an insect bite. Yes, ticks. Certain deer ticks, I think it's a deer tick, can give you pretty much an allergy to red meat. It's generally, what I've read is it's red meat, and you get a severe allergy to red meat that doesn't go away. Those ticks are mostly, I think, found in North America.
In Pennsylvania.
And we probably have them here in Pennsylvania. So do be careful, because ticks can cause things other than Lyme disease. They can cause you to become allergic to red meat. It's definitely a thing. And I forget what the enzyme is or whatever it is that they transmit, but yeah, it happens. Sandra says, do the lives help the hour counts? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Our hour counts have been going up, up, up ever since you all have been watching the lives. We get some rewatches, we get some data on that, but most of the watching, I think, is done during the live. So y'all watching these lives on YouTube really helps us get our numbers up so we can hopefully monetize, because like I said, they're already putting ads in our videos, but we don't get any money from that. So if you'd like to help us out, watch on YouTube so that that ad monies comes to us instead of just going to bigger corporations, right? I don't know why I misspelled the channel name from allegory to allergy. I must be drunk. That's okay. You can hang out with us. Nothing wrong with hanging out with us instead. Mary says, I liked Andrew's sequin demo last night. I did too. He showed a lot of ways to use sequins, which inspired me in the earrings that I made during the Zoom make-along, the creative make-along, to use some sequins in my earrings too.
That's number 8 way.
Number 8 way. I showed the 8th way you could use them, apparently. Andrew showed 7 other ways that you could use those sequins.
I feel like one of those people who have a scarf and they're like, you could wear it like this, or you could wrap it to tie 2 knots and wear it like this, or you could wear it like this.
But we do get a ton. It's probably one of the biggest questions we get anytime we show a design challenge kit and talk about sequins. Anytime we show sequins, inevitably a few people will ask us, how do you use those? So if you'd like to see some ways of using those sequins, check out Andrew's video from yesterday with the sequin demo. Teresa says, I'm allergic to all citrus fruits and nuts, also latex, but not avocado and mango, which is in the same family as latex. That's interesting. I feel sorry for you. I don't know how. Citrus, fruits, and nuts. Those are like some of my favorite things. I don't eat a lot of nuts, but I've been eating more nuts lately since I need more protein, and I seem to not, at least knock on wood, be allergic to nuts right now.
What's that salad with the oranges and nuts?
Waldorf?
That's apples?
That's apples and walnuts.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about oranges and nuts.
It's oranges, nuts, and some kind of white cheese, and
I don't know.
Maybe that's a Florida thing.
There's a dessert up here that's like a creamsicle. It has oranges and some kind of white puffy marshmallowy stuff. We do that as a dessert salad. But that doesn't sound like...
You can tell that we're in a group of a certain age bracket. We went to this botanical society meeting, and there was a table, and it was for a potluck, and so each of the tables have like side dish, main course, or whatever, meat or whatever, and the salad table was there. They had a salad table, and it was all different kinds of Jell-O.
It's true, right? It's true.
So you know that they are of a certain age bracket when they're called Jell-O salad. Right.
Yeah. Yes, my eye is red. It's red today.
Red.
Super red. I had something, it was red the other day because something got in it and I couldn't get it out. And it kept scratching and moving around in there. And so it was red for a few days because of that. And it was starting to finally go away. And we were driving to Pittsburgh with the windows down, and something blew in my eye and started scratching around. I'm just guessing it's pollen, but yeah. So this eye is red. Again, hopefully it'll go away soon. I keep using drops at night to try and get rid of it. Let's see. Donna loves cantaloupe and honeydew. Can't stand watermelon. See, I love watermelon, but I'm not a big fan. Honeydew I can do. Cantaloupe, I have a hard time with cantaloupe, but I've been working on it. Now that I know it's ragweed, I probably will not eat it anymore. Cantaloupe shows up in a lot of fruit salads. Yeah, it must be cheap to do because it's mostly the main component in most fruit
Well,
salads.
it doesn't break down as fast either.
It doesn't break down as fast.
And it doesn't go sparkling.
Sparkling, a little bit sparkly when you get the sparkly
We
fruit.
used to have a stone fruit salad, and some of the peaches would go sparkling really fast.
Which means they became a little bit bad, a little bit toxic.
Well, not so bad, but it became sparkling like it fermented because they have such a high sugar content.
Low acidity tomatoes are available. I'll have to look into that maybe. Yellow tomatoes are lower in acid. Good to know. Good to know. Donna says it is a deer tick that spreads the meat allergy.
So we're allergy gallery.
Allergy gallery, right? That's what we're talking about today. That's what it feels like.
I know.
Marianne says, I still have to finish the necklace after I went through all the garnet coins to see if I could fit them on my sock flags. Nice. Nice. We were talking about that in the Zoom yesterday about how sometimes drilled stones aren't always drilled the same on both sides, right? Ticks are nasty little things. It's true. Norma says, I had a coworker who got the meat allergy from a tick bite, and it was awful for her. I bet.
I'm just
That's like
eating meat.
forced vegetarianism, right? You can still, I think, eat chicken and pork. Oh no, maybe pork is in there, even though it's not a red meat. I've heard some people had issues with pork, but seafood and chicken, I guess, is supposed to still be okay. It's mostly the red meat family. Donna says, I'm still getting used to YouTube, right? But it's better quality. It streams in better quality than Facebook. And you can fast forward. No, well, you can rewind and then fast forward if you need to. Jermaine liked the sequin demo too. Amanda says, if I can't make a live, I watch it later, always on YouTube. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. Donna says, oh, and I decided to purchase a Royal Road kit this morning because the colors are beautiful. Thank you. We love that kit. I don't know why they're not sold out. They are kind of,
the colors were
they're kind of fall wintry because they're dark, maybe. I don't know, but it's beautiful reds and golds. Or bronzy colors. So
I think of berries.
I know they do look like berries too. So
and who doesn't like a gold dish full of berries?
I like a gold dish full of berries. Barnaby, your paws are so warm.
Mm-hmm.
Mary says cilantro tastes like soap to me. So terrible.
William gets that.
My mom, me, we all get that gene that makes cilantro taste like soap.
That means we can't have a lot of good things.
Andrew likes cilantro a lot.
I don't necessarily like it, but I do think it's like really good in curry and guacamole.
I can tolerate it in like salsa because there's so many other things in there, I think, and the acidity I think cuts down on it, unless somebody goes like crazy with the cilantro, which some people do, especially when it's homemade or restaurant made salsa. They usually go wild with the cilantro. But
we went to one restaurant and they put cilantro on every single thing. Which one was that?
I can't remember, but it was terrible.
And I was like, whoa, this is like even the dessert has cilantro.
It was too much. It was too much. Hello, Harry. Thank you for tuning in.
I was like, somebody like loves it.
Right.
Boy, now I want salsa.
They're saying it's Ambrosia Salad is what you're talking about.
With the nuts.
With the nuts and the oranges.
So
yeah,
you can't
Suzanne
eat that.
said Ambrosia. Me?
Now, who's the one that said they can't eat
the citrus fruits.
And the nuts.
Everybody, see, Ambrosia Salad. Marianne has the same problem with cilantro. I feel ya.
What's the one where they make is that Ambrosia where they make the lettuce leaf like a boat? And then it's mostly like toppings, but it's in like a boat that's made out of a leaf.
I've seen that, but only with like goat cheese and something else.
Yeah, it's like goat cheese and
raisins or something weird like that. It's something weird. I don't know what that is.
It's like a 1970s or 1950s.
Jenna says, I inherited my grandmother's button and sequin collection and we'll have to get some of Allegory's sequins to add to it. Yes, get them before they're gone because they're selling pretty quickly. And we don't have a lot because they're vintage. So we didn't get a lot of some of them in stock. The pink ones we don't have in the online store separate. Some people were asking about that before, but they are in some of the kits. So if you type in sequins, I forget which kit it was. What kit did I say it was in?
Fairy garden.
The fairy garden kit. There's still some fairy garden kits if you want the pink sequins. Maybe we'll add some to the online store. We'll see. But there are lots of other pretty sequins in the online store right now. Let's see here. Donna says, I didn't know cantaloupe was in the same family as a ragweed, right? Now I know. Now we know.
Sounded like Barnaby.
Teresa, now we know. Teresa can't eat cantaloupe either because of allergies to ragweed. Teresa loves YouTube. We love YouTube too. Donna can't stand cilantro.
We used to have, what was it? Cantaloupe with
cilantro.
And prosciutto.
Oh, cantaloupe and prosciutto. Yeah, people do that. That kind of mix. I do miss prosciutto.
Me too.
I do miss prosciutto. Golden. You just wrap it on anything, and it's good.
And figs.
Figs. You can wrap it on asparagus. Wrap it on so much cheese. Just with cheese. I do miss a good charcuterie plate.
Me too.
As much as I feel for the animals, I do miss a charcuterie plate. I love like those kind of salamis and the hard meats like that.
There was a recipe for vegan ones, and I was like, that's just basically nuts.
Right.
Like compressed in a log.
Teresa says that is a genetic thing. Or that is a generic thing if cilantro tastes like soap. Maybe genetic. It is a genetic thing. It is a genetic thing. It's about, because cilantro contains some kind of alkaloids. And some people, their tongues taste the alkaloids over other things. I think is what ends up happening with cilantro. So, yeah, I taste soap most of the time. And as I'm trying to force myself to eat it and eat it a little bit here and there, especially like in salsas and things, and just deal with it instead of like requesting special service that it's taken out or whatever. And now it tastes a little bit less like soap, but it's still not pleasant. Like it's not necessarily a good taste, but at least it does taste less like soap the more I eat it.
Like that one time I went to Chipotle, it was like everything had cilantro.
Chipotle puts cilantro in a lot of stuff, and if I'm gonna eat Chipotle, which we don't that often because it's expensive,
and it's far away.
And it's far away. It's in Greensburg. But it's in everything, so it's hard for me to not eat it there. So I've gotten used to eating it a little bit, and it tastes less like soap the more I eat it, because I guess you just kind of tune into whatever. But it's hard. Italian flat leaf parsley can be a good sub for cilantro, says Harry. I'm not a big fan of parsley either, but
I love parsley.
Yeah,
like tabbouleh.
Andrew loves it. It's hard for me still.
There's a lot of stuff we can't eat.
Because I don't like it. Andrew's like, I can't eat the things I like because of you.
Like, I love avocado toast.
Yeah, Andrew loves avocados. I don't understand it.
Good.
I don't understand what people like about avocados. I don't necessarily hate them, and I do like if it's a good homemade, what do you call that stuff? Guacamole. Then I can, like, if it has enough citrus in it to compete with the avocado, and then I don't like them, but I can eat them and I'm fine. But I just don't understand the whole avocado thing. I don't think they have much of a taste. I think they have a weird texture issue.
That's like the best texture.
The best texture.
Butter.
It looks like it should be a hard nut. It looks like it should be hard or something, and then you bite into it and it's this buttery, like,
delicious,
gooey deliciousness, Andrew says. Yeah. Susan says dessert and cilantro. No.
Yeah, I forget what it was. I think it was like, or maybe I'm thinking of mint that they put in.
I don't know.
It was some kind of like melon something, and there was like.
Maybe it was mint. Mint and melons is a thing. That I don't have such a problem with. It's probably the one thing I could eat there. Marianne says, I see a lot of recipes that look so good until they add cilantro. I know, it's like going out to a restaurant too, right? You see so many good things on the menu, and in the end they'll say cilantro, and you're like, no!
And it's like baked in. So
And it's baked in, yeah. You know it's already pre-made or baked in, and you can't have it removed. That's when I think that's when, sometimes I'll just deal with it, and I've kind of gotten a little used to it. Uh-oh, scrolling, okay. My comments jumped again. The pink ones are so beautiful. The pink sequins in that kit, the fairy garden kit. Yes.
I thought we had a bag of them.
I think there is over there, but I don't know if we have enough to put in the online store. We have to check what's left.
I think I put them in the last mystery box.
The boat salad is made with endive or endive lettuce. Yes.
I've had it with grilled radicchio. Is that a real thing?
Grilled radicchio? Maybe. Yeah, that would make sense. Barnaby's checking out all the surfaces today. Robin says, I used to hate cilantro when I first moved to Arizona, and now I eat it by the handful. Did you hate it because it tasted like soap, or did you just not like it? Because there's a difference, right? You might just not like the taste in general. I don't know what it tastes like. I'm kind of getting used to what it tastes like, I guess, without a soap taste. The more I eat it, the less it tastes like soap, and the more I realize it's cilantro. But eating it by the handful is definitely not something I would be doing at this point.
Well, that's like, it's in Mexican food, it's in Indian food.
When you're there, hey, don't eat those.
Those are marigolds, by the way.
Yeah, which probably are not good for cats.
He's like, delicious. Oh, his feelings got hurt.
They didn't get hurt. He just knows he did bad.
He's crying again. Come to Golden Daddy. I'll comfort you.
Ambrosia Salad is the one with the fruits, marshmallows, and mayonnaise. Marion says, I think Chipotle stinks. Some people like it, some people don't. I've heard that, I haven't eaten it for a long time, but I've heard that some people have saying recently their quality has gone down a little bit.
Really?
It's also getting much more expensive, I think, too. Ambrosia salad often has mandarin orange, pineapple, cherries, and a white binder like whipped cream and coconut. That's what I remember. But I don't know what the orange and nuts and cheese that you were talking about.
I can't remember.
Susan says, I'm not that crazy about Chipotle. Very generic. I think it's pretty good. I like it, but I could see that, I guess. But I guess it depends where you are. Yeah, if you have better options, probably. Around us, we don't have a lot of options like that. So
we do have a good Mexican place in town, but
yes, we do.
But sometimes I want some of the other things.
They have a lot of meat on the menu, so the vegetarian stuff is harder. Chipotle at least they do a fake meat. What do they call it? It's like a fake, what's that? Sofritos.
But sometimes they put meat in their vegetarian stuff because they've gotten a piece of pork.
I think it falls in because they all just dump it out of these trays. Sometimes it falls in. Somebody out there will take our unwanted cilantro. You can have it. Molly loves cilantro. Donna loves avocados. Avocado toast is one of my favorites, says Jermaine.
Me too.
Yum, avocado, says Janice. Now, I have bought you avocados just for you, too. So don't think I just stop him from eating everything.
A face. And whenever I'm eating it, he makes a face, too. So when I go and travel by myself, I indulge in those things that I don't get to eat.
Facebook user says, I'm with you, Andrew. Molly loves avocado toast. Huge avocado lover here. Robin, smiley face, the avocado toast. Molly says, me too, not a fan. Now I'm craving guacamole, says Janice.
Me too. I'm ready. I used to make a good salsa with roasted vegetables that we would grill. I'm ready.
You're ready?
Maybe we'll get Mexican tonight.
Maybe.
We have to eat the leftover Indian though.
We do. There's not much though. There's not enough for both of us.
Before it gets sparkling.
Sparkling. Let's not let it get sparkling. Marion says, I might accept a very small amount of cilantro, but I get it. I get it. Okay, so Robin said it did taste like soap to her, and then she loves it now. So maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope for us. Sandra says, love ambrosia. My mother used to make it, and they sell it here at Christmas and Easter in the grocery store. Nice.
Do they really? Has anybody tried the pink stuff that's in that bucolic plague book?
I don't know what he's talking about, but maybe
the
you all
Beekman
do.
Boys we read it for book club, and so I found the pink recipe that they talk about, and there's a picture of Laurel like throwing it up.
Did y'all try that?
It does not look appetizing, but I thought it tasted good.
Did I taste it? Maybe I did try it.
I don't think you went to that one.
Maybe not. Radicchio would be a substitute for endive or endive.
It was super bitter. It was like super bitter.
Endive is pretty bitter, I think, too.
But that radicchio one, I was like, ooh. It's like somebody who gave me this broccoli rabe sandwich, and I was like, oh, I like broccoli, and it was broccoli rabe, and I felt like I had tasted like the end of a battery or something.
Broccoli rabe is that way. Harry says it's not the leaves that are the problem in cilantro, it's the stems that have the bitter soap flavor. Maybe that's why it's different for me sometimes. Maybe some restaurants are more careful about not adding stems. That could be. That could make sense. Whoops. Where am I? Harry says, we have many fine Mexican-owned restaurants here and can get wonderful food, no need for chains. Yeah, we have one, but they have a select few, which are good, vegetarian options for us, but a lot of them have meat.
Like I rejoice when they do tamales.
The vegetarian tamales, yeah.
But they only have that like once every 3 months, if that.
Donna's got to go. See you later, Donna. Molly, love a fried egg avocado toast with little pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, and paprika.
Sounds great.
Radicchio can also be bitter, says Jermaine.
Mm-hmm.
I can taste it in the leaves too, says Marianne. I make a great salad with roasted vegetables. I only add the leaves of the cilantro plant, says Teresa.
I wonder if it's the Viking blood that makes
the Viking blood that makes it taste
like Marianne said she's Viking blood.
And we are too. My family is too. My aunt did her DNA testing, and we're Vikings. Maybe it's the Viking blood that makes it taste like soap.
An ancient curse.
Ancient curse. Never to eat the cilantro.
May it taste like soap.
Right. Cauliflower mashed potatoes is the worst thing ever. Not even close. Same with ricing it. Put it in the garbage, says Robin.
You don't like cauliflower? I love cauliflower.
I love cauliflower in pretty much every form.
Oh my goodness, we have cauliflower in the refrigerator right now. I'm ready to eat it.
Do we?
Gobi Manchurian.
Oh, that's like, there's like 2 pieces. Yeah. Let's see here. After 10 days of hospital food, we are getting Mediterranean for dinner tonight, says Janice. Nice. Nice.
We don't have a good Mediterranean place anymore. There used to be a place across the street, and we would get stuff. Miriam's.
Oh, yes.
They had a Mediterranean
They
night.
did do, yeah.
But you don't like olives either, so...
No, I don't like olives.
And then they put like olive juice on everything, so...
They do. I don't like olives.
I like olives sometimes.
It makes it sound like I don't like a lot of food, but there's like, on one hand, I can count the things. Cilantro, olives, avocados. What else don't I like to eat?
He does this and puts you on the spot, and then you can't name it, but then...
Those are like the 3 biggies right there. And then there's like not a whole lot else that I don't eat. So cantaloupe, we'll add cantaloupe, okay.
I like cantaloupe.
Add cantaloupe. So that's like it. That's like it. Suzanne says, I like cauliflower rice. Andrew's going to be sure to add the list when he comes up.
You know, I keep saying I'm going to make a list of the stuff you don't eat, but I don't do it.
I have 4 things I don't eat.
But then, like, we were talking about textures once, and you gave like a list
Jello.
of like 20 things
No,
that you
just
couldn't eat.
avocado and Jello. I can add Jello. I can kind of eat that, but it's a texture issue. Lots of good Mexican food restaurants here in our part of Northern California. I bet.
And I was in the Bay Area in the Mission District. I ate some of the best Mexican food ever. I thought I was gonna weep with joy, and we had a burrito, and it was so good.
Susan said, I have Viking blood too. Are you a cilantro hater? I can't remember. I think you were. Molly can't stand cauliflower. We Vikings do have unique health issues too.
That factor 5.
My whole family has factor 5, thick blood pretty much. So our blood is thick. I don't know if I have it. I haven't been tested for it, but a lot of people, my grandmother had it, my mom and aunt have it. I think my brother has it. I've not gotten tested, but I probably have it.
Is it where you get cut and you don't bleed?
Well, we have thicker blood, so our blood can pool easier, so we can get blood clots easier.
I think that's like a Viking thing.
Probably a Viking thing for the cold weather.
But also so that like if you get hit, then you or get like cut, then it like heals over, like you don't bleed out.
Bleed as much. We also, though, my grandmother had cold agglutinin, which she's the only one in the family so far, I think, to have cold agglutinin, which means that if she got too cold, her body started killing off its own red blood cells. So she had to.
What's that from?
I know. She had to have blood transfusions every once in a while, and they had to warm the blood. They'd especially warm the blood to put it in her, or else it would be useless if they just put the blood in room temperature. It was too cold. Yeah.
It did help her though.
Yeah.
There was a marked difference.
You could see her,
and her face would glow.
Yeah, she would get much better when she had her blood transfusions. So thankfully, so far, I don't have that. Cheese, can't even save it. Cheese is good. Love some cheese.
What cheese that they don't like? Is it all cheeses or just some cheese?
I don't know.
Like what about what's that? What's the one that I love that they had on that pizza? The Woodsman pizza, the soft mozzarella, starts with a B.
Burrata.
Oh my goodness.
Andrew loves him some burrata.
With some tomatoes.
Teresa says, I love celery root mashed like potatoes.
Those are good too.
That's good.
Parsnips.
Parsnips. Oh, Andrew makes a good parsnip. He hasn't made them for me in a while.
I think I started cooking parsnips because we were like super broke and they were like the cheapest thing. And then
they're so good.
And I was like, how come we don't eat these all the time? I roasted some parsnips.
Aloo gobi is one of my favorites, says Harry. Potatoes, cauliflower, and spices with tomatoes.
Yeah, that's delicious.
Sounds good. Marianne says Kalamata olives are okay, but the rest ick. See, Marianne and I could eat together.
Like, I guess you don't like martinis then.
No. I have to have like, I would put like lime in my martini.
Then that's not a martini.
Right?
It's like a gimlet then.
Gimlet's an onion, I think.
I thought it was lime juice.
I thought they had onions in gimlet. I don't know.
Like
I don't know all those drinks, all that, yeah.
That's like if you are a fancy bar.
Right.
The vodka gimlet at the cheap bar is like lime juice and whatever.
Jenna says I could eat cauliflower every day. Me too. Me too.
I don't necessarily like it just raw. Like I don't mind it, but I think it's better when you like do something to it.
Yeah, I can eat cauliflower raw or cooked. Doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness, we went to this Indian restaurant and they had some is it pakora, cauliflower pakora, where they like deep fried it and it was like chips. That was good. Good.
Molly says, William, I hate olives. My daughter got a container of them at the grocery store today. It's disgusting. Disgusting little things.
No, they're not that bad. He says he didn't like them, but then he ate some tapenade and we had this tapenade sandwich, and he was like, "This is so good. This is so good." And then I was like, well, that's made of ground olives. And then he was like, oh, I hate that sandwich. I said,
I probably said it was good so that I didn't offend anybody.
Uh-huh.
I do that sometimes, just grin and bear it. But
He
sometimes
learned once.
anything. I did learn once. Food hall, says Cynthia.
Oh, that's the frozen yogurt from Food Hall.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh my goodness, it was so good. The frozen yogurt was so good.
Susan says indifferent to cilantro. Has Viking blood, but indifferent to cilantro. See, I don't know. Teresa says, my husband is a pure Norwegian. He has that blood issue. Which one? Cold or gluten or factor 5?
Cold or gluten sounds like it should be like a rose from.
I know. There's cold. I think it's cold gluten and warm gluten. One is when your body gets too warm and it starts killing off blood. I could feel like I have that. I'm in the heat too long and I feel like I'm wiped out.
The one sounds like it's Rose from the Golden Girls.
Gluten, yeah.
The Flutenflagge.
Teresa says, yes, parsnips are yummy.
I know. I was like, how come we don't eat these all the time?
Marianne says, not really into blue cheese. Roquefort and Stilton are okay, but Danish blue is awful. I don't know. I like blue cheese. I like Roquefort.
We had a blue cheese with blueberries in it, and it was delicious.
That was delicious. I do love Roquefort, the green cheese.
That's the smelling.
That's a very pungent. It's strong.
That's not my favorite.
Stilton is also strong. I don't know that I'm a fan of Stilton as much, but Roquefort. I used to eat Roquefort like crazy. I haven't had it in a long time actually.
Gorgonzola tastes like vomit to me. And sometimes I crave it.
So like, what is with that?
I used to work at this restaurant, and their signature salad had dried cranberries. It had grapes and gorgonzola, and I can't remember the dressing. It was like a red wine vinegar dressing, and it tasted just like vomit to me. But sometimes I crave it.
See? We crave weird things sometimes. Lime vodka is good, says Marianne.
Let's get some.
Susan says, my last ancestry update showed I have a tiny bit of Basque ancestry, which is interesting because there are a lot of Rh negative people in my family. The Basque region in Ireland and Scotland have higher than average amounts of Rh negative people.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what Rh negative is. Don't know what that means.
Isn't that super rare blood type where you can't accept?
I don't know. Cynthia says, I love olives. Teresa says, do you use olive oils? Yes, we do use olive oil. And olive oil doesn't necessarily bother me so much.
Yeah, because we get the cheap one, so it doesn't.
It doesn't really have olives in it. It's like the 18th pressing of the olive, and it's dead by then.
Yeah, it doesn't have that fruitiness to it.
Yeah, and any olive oils like that we've gotten that are like real, like they're flavored. Like with lime, we had a lime olive oil at one point, I think, and some other ones. So it kind of hides the flavor, I think.
There's a place in town that sells them.
But like, yeah, when we go to restaurants and they have the olive oil and the bread, it's not so bad. Like, that's not so bad. But to put an olive in my mouth, and I like pickled things and things like that. I like that a lot, but olives, no.
Where were we that we just got a bunch of olives and you kept trying to give them to me and I kept picking them out?
Everywhere I go that we get olives in something, I keep giving them to Andrew.
No, but it was like super.
Oh, the Middle Eastern in Providence.
Oh, the falafel. That was delicious.
That was good food, but it had a lot of olives in it too, and I gave them to Andrew. He didn't want them
because they were a little bit strong.
We cook cauliflower on the grill like steak, thick slices with spices, and add goat cheese and olives, said Harry. Sounds good until you put that. It's like a restaurant menu that I'm reading, and then you put olives at the end or cilantro at the end.
What was his last thing?
Olives.
Oh, is it like a tapenade? That would be good if we did it like a musabi.
Janice is not a fan of raw cauliflower either, but love it cooked. Factor 5. So okay, yep. Teresa said the husband Norwegian. Factor 5.
If people don't know things are challenging, some of the Norwegian cuisine is challenging. Like all the different pickled fishes.
I like pickled herring and pickled fishes.
Some of it's.
I used to eat a lot of that in college, actually.
It's the talk about texture. That's
Well,
texturally.
Molly says, I hate mushrooms. It's well known in my family. Texture issue. I would feel bad for you because I love mushrooms. It's one of the big things we eat as vegetarians. And thankfully, I don't have a texture issue with those because they look like they should have that texture. It's when things don't look like they should, I think, that I have texture issues. Like mushrooms look like they're spongy and chewy. That makes sense in my brain. Jenna says, what time is dinner, Harry?
No.
Gorgonzola is good with pears, says Marianne.
Again, it's got that slight vomit flavor. But...
Harry says, Janice, it's at 6. Hamburgers and baked beans tonight. We might have Impossible Burgers. We haven't cooked those yet, so that might be our dinner tonight. Janice says, sounds good. Molly likes olive oil. Janice, Indian food is another favorite of mine. We do like Indian food too. No olives for me, but my oldest daughter loves them, says Teresa. Rh negative people lack a protein in their blood cells, can make receiving blood in pregnancy tricky.
See, I was right.
You were right. Teresa says you can make eggplant tapenade. I can do okay with eggplant sometimes.
You don't usually like eggplant either.
Andrew's like, see what I mean, everybody? I don't like eggplant because it's slimy a lot of times.
You can de-slime eggplant.
And most people don't de-slime eggplant well. So
you can get itchy tongue from eggplant
when it's not cooked right.
If people don't know what they're doing,
yeah.
Your tongue can get like...
And I've had that. So I think that's more of my fear of eggplant than it's slimy and you can get like, it's not done well or right. It can be like not good for you actually. Lutefisk is awful, but I love pickled herring, says Marianne. I don't know if I've had lutefisk. I've had pickled herring. I do like pickled herring.
There's one
I used to anyway. I don't eat it now.
It had that smell to it, and I was like. And then they served it with this cheese that was like this runny, weeping cheese. I was like, ooh.
Susan says, I like mushrooms, but a friend hates them. She visibly gets weirded out by them.
You know, Max is like that, and I think that's so weird.
Really? I didn't know that.
He doesn't
that's
like
right. He doesn't like mushrooms.
I forgot and put him in something, and he started getting super distressed by it. So I turned it around, and then I ate the mushrooms, and I said, see, it's not there.
Susan loves Indian food.
You know, I would love to go to India one day and try all the food. One of our friends, she is a vegetarian, and she's like the Martha Stewart of vegetarian cooking in India.
Who's that?
My friend.
I don't know her. Marianne says eggplant only in baba ganoush.
That's good too.
Mm-hmm. Susan says I love eggplant parmesan. Usually, I don't know. It's okay, but it has to be prepared right, not slimy, and that's not most people that I've had have done it that way. Suzanne says, guess you don't do okra.
I love okra.
Andrew loves okra. I never had anything against okra necessarily. I know it can get slimy sometimes, but it doesn't bother me so much. I don't know why.
What's someone with the okra, the Indian food, and Cynthia knows.
You made jambalaya with okra. Is it jambalaya or is it the other one that has okra in it?
I don't remember.
You made it. That was good.
Cynthia usually gets it's tomatoes and okra, and it's an Indian dish.
And I didn't like it?
I don't know if you loved it.
I don't think I tried. I don't remember that. Sharon, hello, just got here. We're just chit-chatting today. We'll show you a few things maybe from the online store, maybe at the end. We'll see. Norma says, I had huge texture issues with mushrooms while growing up. As an adult, I suddenly started craving them, and now they are a favorite. Yeah, see, I never had texture issues because they, like I said, to me, when they're outside growing, they look exactly like I picture them to have the texture of.
Miss my friend, Rupa.
Rupa. Your friend Rupa. I don't know Rupa.
She came to the house we were staying once when we were in Tucson, and I knew she was vegetarian, so I made everything vegetarian, and that like cemented our friendship.
Nice.
And we weren't vegetarian at that time, so.
Yeah, so mushrooms to me look like they're going to taste. Avocados, they look like they should be hard, and then they're soft. That's weird. And Jello, just, I guess it's kind of looks like it tastes too, or looks like it feels, but I'm not a fan of that. Harry says, have to go. 6 cats are hungry, and I am 13 minutes late with the grub. Oh no.
Bindi masala
Let's see.
is that dish.
Bindi masala. I eat a lot of different mushrooms since I don't eat meat, says Teresa. We do too.
Mm-hmm.
We're loving, what is it,
they have
shiitake right now.
They had these oyster mushrooms that were deep fried, and it was almost like chicken. I was all like, what?
Mm-hmm. My mother hated rhubarb. As a child, she was forced to eat the rhubarb her grandmother grew in her garden. I like rhubarb.
Did they cook it? Because it's poison if it's not cooked.
It can be sour or it can be sweet.
Sometimes people eat it raw, and I'm like, that's poison, isn't it? There's like ox.
I think there's a point that you can eat it raw, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. Because my mom grew it for a while, and I can't remember if we ever ate it raw or not. I think there's a point that you can eat it raw until a certain age or a certain size or something like that.
And maybe the leaves you can't eat.
Something, yeah. Eggplant is very good on the grill. I bet that would dry it out. That would probably be good. Gumbo, that's it, Suzanne. Of course, Suzanne would know, right? Gumbo, okra in the gumbo. Marianne knows too. Okra in the gumbo. Jermaine says there's a lot of restaurants in the Bay Area that serve different styles of Indian food.
Yeah, we went to this one place and it was way different. There's one in Asheville called Chai Pani, and it's Indian street food, and it was really good.
That sounds good.
But sometimes the spice is like, if you don't request it, it's like
too spicy.
Too spicy.
I've been seeing a lot of vegetarian and vegan recipes on Instagram, and now I'm wanting to start eating that way. My husband would not be happy though. His main food group is bacon, says Janice. Yeah, I like steak. I really like steak, like a lot. Like, and almost kind of the bloodier the better kind of eating. Bleu, very bleu. But yeah, we gave it up. I still miss it sometimes, not as much though as I used to.
I used to love bacon.
Andrew, yeah, he would have entire meals created of all different kinds of pork. We had a pork party at one point going away from New York. Andrew created all these things of different kinds of cuts of pork and pieces of the pork pig.
Even dessert. Remember? Chocolate covered bacon. And then somebody invited a vegetarian to that party, and that was super, super not good.
Right. Marianne says only the leaves of rhubarb contain high amounts of the oxalic acid. So Amanda says we ate it raw, dipped in sugar. I think the rhubarb. Yeah. So I think you can eat the stalks raw. So we're at the end of the comments, I think. Yeah, I'm at the end of the comments. So it's been an hour and 15 minutes almost, which time flew. How is it that? I hope you've enjoyed hanging out. We talk about food. I hope you've enjoyed hanging out with us a little bit. Let's take a look at some things in the online store, because I know there are probably some people here that tuned in maybe for that and not all the talk. So let me take the camera off my red eye and we'll look down here at some things.
Speaking of red eye, we used to get red eye gravy.
Red eye gravy?
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
Coffee.
Oh, I don't drink coffee now either.
You can't eat the red eye gravy.
No, I cannot. Susan says chocolate covered bacon. No.
It looks good.
If I remember correctly, it was good. That whole meal was good. Jermaine says, hanging out is just what I needed today. That's what I kind of figured. You know, I figured that today's a rough day. For a lot of people, some people are delighted, but for a lot of people, and I think a lot of people that watch us and tune into us, today's a very rough day, without getting into too many things. And I figure maybe y'all needed some time just to hang out and just chit chat. And now we're going to look at some pretty things in case that will help you take your mind off things too. Plus, you know, it's always good to have a little bit of business in the day as well. Suzanne says, I was so upset today, I asked for an added shot of espresso.
So you get more fired up.
Get more fired up, right?
Overthrow the patriarchy.
I know, it needs to happen. Okay, so next up, Mary says, gotta go, but thanks. Enjoyed the convo with everyone. Nice to talk about fun things instead of current events, right?
Which Mary?
Mary McMahon. McMahon?
Oh.
McMahon. I'm sorry if I miss McMahon, I'm guessing, but
she brought one of my paintings.
yes, she did.
That helped me go to Touchstone last year.
Mm-hmm. So here we have beryl, which is, you know, aquamarine is part of that family, morganite. This is beryl. Beautiful hand-carved beryl leaves in teardrop shape, side to side, hole drilled hole. She bought 3 of your paintings and loved them, she says.
Yeah, that's how I got to go to Touchstone.
Right. McMahon. It is pronounced McMahon. That's
if
what I thought.
If you'd like to buy some more paintings, I would like to go to some more classes. That's how I afford to go to the classes, right? Painting money and scholarships.
Marianne says, no idea what is going on in the world, but I will not ask. It's not your government, Marianne. It's ours, is what we're dealing with today. That's why you may not know what's going on yet.
Basically, it's all over Facebook, though. So.
Yeah, if you have friends here in the U.S., it's probably going to hit your Facebook if it hasn't already. So this is beryl, hand-carved leaves, beautiful, in the online store. I think these are $60 a strand only, which is a great price for these beautiful beads. If you missed those, here they are. Here they are. It's a 9.5-inch strand approximately, and they're 9mm by 9mm just about. Jermaine says, I can't wait to get my custom crow painting.
You're going to have to wait.
He says you're going to have to wait. He's working on them. He's working on them. What do we have next up? What else do I want to show you? These are pretty. Susan says, Marianne, you're lucky, right? I agree. Lives in a country where they don't go backwards. They don't go backwards. So here we have Russian apatite. Russian apatite. Beautiful stone in this beautiful 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon shape. One strand left, available in the online store right now. Just one strand of that. So if you missed out on that, grab it now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Check out this apatite. All different colors of the apatite there. All different colors. I think these are 60 a strand as well. And these are graduated. So they go from about 2 by 4 millimeters up to about 6 by 3, generally.
Here, show this picture.
Oh. You see these? We have babies on our porch.
Robin, baby.
Baby robins. They're starting to get their feathers. Both of us have been taking pictures and videos of them each day, watching their progress, and their feathers are really starting to come in.
Just like pin feathers, it looks like.
Right. So we have babies on the porch.
And their eyes are opening so they don't look drunk.
Suzanne used some tiger eye chunks today. Nice. Norma says, love that blue and that shape. I'm guessing the Russian apatite you're talking about. Pretty strand for this, says Marianne. Watch out for rat snakes. We don't have a lot of snakes near our house, thankfully. We're in the city, in the town. Now out here, if this were out at the cottage, yes, we'd have to watch for snakes. But those birds are on our back porch. Teresa says, love watching the progress of the robins. Yeah, we've both been posting about it. Susan says, we have a new neighbor. His name is Horace. He's a hawk. Nice.
No, I don't want Indian food.
No, you're not allowed.
I'll just eat your leftover. But we get this Manchurian one, which is like a Indo-China fusion.
Next up, we have some more beryl. These little beryl beads. I love this strand right here.
It's sparkly.
Little faceted rondelles. What's Barnaby doing? He's in the sun, cleaning himself up. His brother and sister are probably wondering what happened to him. Beautiful beryl. Cynthia says, that's my flavor. Gilbert would have a little panic attack getting here. That's the problem. We're just far enough away that I'm like, he would have a panic attack getting here. And then if he got here and he had a panic attack, but maybe if Barnaby was here with him or Babette. I don't know if Babette, I hate to stress her out. That's why Barnaby is the one that comes with us. Gilbert has panic attacks. He has anxiety issues, like his white daddy.
Barnaby hasn't coughed one time yet.
I know.
Maybe he's allergic to the house.
And then I chose this box of stuff because it has some other things in it too, like these beautiful mother of pearl chips. $8 a bag for these mother of pearl chips. We have, looks like 3 bags only remaining. So if you love these are nice. We used these in something, I can't remember what. But people were commenting on how beautiful they were, and we're like, yes, you can buy a whole bag of them. Beautiful mother of pearl chips, and these are drilled. These are drilled, most of them lengthwise. So you can design with these. If you have the Mermaid Serenade kit, these would be nice to add to that. These would be nice to add to a lot of our kits, actually. So only $8 a bag for a whole bag of mother of pearl chips, drilled, ready for you to use. And then we have these. These are vintage Japanese buttercream no-hole pearls. So these don't have holes. So these would be good for using in like epoxy clay or polymer clay if you want to embed them in something, or you can glue them on. Look at how beautiful those are. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have in this box of wonders here? This box of wonders. Ooh, these are pretty. We have Rainbow Moonstone faceted rounds. Super pretty there. Rainbow Moonstone faceted rounds. So these are in the online store. All of this, I'm going to put up the banner here. I forgot. All of these are in the online store right now. You may have missed us showing them in one of our lives. So every once in a while we do a little recap of what's in the online store. We pick a few things and just take a look in case you missed out. As we know, the online store has thousands of things, so it's hard to see everything. Ooh, these are nice. I'm surprised these are still here. I think there's one strand left of these Amethyst rough cut chips. Beautiful Amethyst rough chips. So those are beautiful there. Available, one strand available. What else do I have in this little bag of goodies? These are really nice, and I think these are inexpensive. Well, looks like the whole strand wants to come out with me, or the whole hank. So these are just beautiful white quartz. Little rounds. He went running. So these, I think, are $8 a strand only, something like that. That's crazy. White quartz. I think they're about 5 to 6 millimeter rounds. Available in the online store. What else do I have to show? Here's some lavender amethyst chips. They're definitely less purple on, they're a pale purple, but they're even less on camera than they are in person. These would be beautiful using them in chunks with something, or using them as spacers in between things. So we have 2 strands of that size in the online store, it looks like. Where are you going to get that?
The pit. Tire pit in the back part.
Ooh, these are nice. These carnelian, right?
Yeah, that looks like those Mexican fireable.
Check these out, these little carnelian pebbles. Beautiful color in those. So 3 strands available. Can't read how much. The writing's off the bag, but they're not expensive.
The carnelian.
I think so. Yeah, carnelian. Can't read the rest. Maybe 8 millimeter, 8 by 5 millimeter, something like that.
I think they're ovals.
Yeah.
I think they're $8 a strand.
$8. That's kind of what it looks like on the bag. $8 a strand only. Beautiful. Grab those. Only 3 left. All right. Barnaby sounds like he's getting tired of being here, so we better go. I showed you a few pretties today. We also have these. There's only, I think, 2 of them left. And let's get it out of this bag. Pack them tight in there. I may not be able to get it out of the bag for you to show you. There it comes, I think. How about these? These raku-fired Peruvian ceramic vessels in the skulls. There are 2 of them, sugar skulls. And those ones, the one you pick is what you get. These are marked per each one. So these are vessels. You can put stuff in them. They are glazed inside, and you can hang them from a pendant or something like that, or they sit very nicely as well. They have a flat bottom. You can use them as decoration. So those are in the Peruvian ceramic section of the online store. And there are 2 of those currently available. Now I'll see if I can get this back in the bag. There we go. And what else can I show you? These might be fun for some people. You might like these. These are vintage plastic, large pendants. The hole goes through here. Vintage plastic pendants. They're all a little bit different. We have a few of them. So this is another one. Just to show you. If you're working even in like starting into fall colors, these are nice for that.
Who's starting to work on Halloween stuff?
Anybody working on Halloween, Andrew's asking?
That's my favorite.
Anybody else that far ahead?
Me.
Andrew, you are?
Yeah, because I'm teaching a class in October.
Teaching a class.
And so that's a sample.
We have 1 strand of these sunstone pebbles left. Look at that flash in some of those. Hi, Barn. Hello. What you doing, buddy? Huh? They want to see you before we go. You want to be seen? You want to be seen? What you doing? You looking for hunger? You getting hungry? Okay, so that's that. Let me flip this up and we'll show you Barnaby before we go. Say hi, Barn. He says again?
They're obsessed with me.
They're obsessed with you. They are. Wait. You gotta say hi to your fans. You gotta say hi to your fans over here. What do you think, Barn? Okay, you ready to go? Okay, we gotta get ready to go. We gotta get ready to go. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed being able to chat with you a little bit, spending some time, you know, away from, I mean, we are social media, but kind of away from social media. I enjoyed spending some time with you. I think we both did, and I hope you enjoyed it too. We will be back here. What day is today? Is Friday, right? So we won't be back here until Monday, probably, unless we come in sometime in the weekend. You never know. But we will see you here Monday, if nothing else. And we hope that you have a good weekend. And we will see you, you know, out there on Facebook, Landia, Instagram. Keep in touch. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. All right, everyone. Talk to you soon. Bye now.
See ya.